Stella. Baby, can you lay down or shove off for Mimi, please? Yeah, that's an acceptable laying spot. Hey, this is Megan in the restricted section. Today I'm going to be doing my Gobbleathon TBR video. So Gobbleathon is a new readathon that Graham over at Mega Man Chief Fan is doing. He came up with this, and I think sounds pretty awesome. So it is November 21st through 27th, and which is pretty awesome because if you live in the US, it is the week of Thanksgiving, which means I get 2 days off of work to read, which is pretty cool. I'm also really excited because I'm going to try to use a couple of these challenges to also meet a couple of my Read Harder challenges and knock out 2 birds with 1 stone. And I'm also going to read a couple library sale books that I got. My cat is on my lap, so she's joining me today. I would pick her up so you could see her, but she would hate me. So you can see her tail. She's here. So the first challenge is read a book, which is pretty easy. So for that one, excuse me, Stella, don't worry about it. I'm going to be reading Luna by Julie Ann Peters. I got this at the library sale that Sue and I went to. This is about a transgender individual, a boy named Liam, who is more comfortable when he presents himself as a woman, called Luna. I guess this book is about Liam, I guess, dresses as Luna and presents herself as Luna at night, and this book is about becoming Luna full-time and about how Liam / Luna's family will receive her when she makes that change. So this will also meet my Read Harder challenge of read a book by or about a transgendered individual. So that will knock out 2 birds with 1 stone. This book is 248 pages, so it's not super long. And so I am excited to read it. Alright, so the next challenge is read a book with brown on the cover. So for that one, I'm going to read Herland, a lost feminist utopian novel by Charlotte Perkins Gilman, which I also picked up at the library sale that Sue and I went to. Sue actually found this for me. I don't actually know what this is about, but this is by the author of The Yellow Wallpaper, which I love. Let's see what it says. Oh, it's on the eve of World War I, 3 American male explorers stumble onto an all-female society somewhere in the distant reaches of the earth. Unable to believe their eyes, they promptly set out to find some men, convinced that since this is a civilized country, there must be men. So begins this sparkling utopian novel, a romp through the whole world of masculine and feminine, as on target today as when it was written 65 years ago. Which I'm sure it's been longer than that now, because I don't know how old this copy is. Anyway. Yeah, this just sounded like a cool novel, so I'm excited to read it. This one is this is pretty short. Yeah, this is only 146 pages, so it's pretty reasonable, it seems like. The next challenge is read a poetry book. So for this one, I'm going to read the same book that Sue is reading for this challenge, which is The Weather of the Heart by Madeline L'Engle. That book will also knock out my Read a Book Under 100 Pages challenge for my Read Harder challenge, as I think it's only like 96 pages or so. I don't have a copy of it because I'm going to borrow Sue's when she's done with it. So there's that. The next challenge is read a nonfiction book. Now this one I might change. I may not stick to this. I need to go to the library and take a peek-see, because my initial idea was that I would knock out my Read a Biography challenge for my Read Harder challenge with this read a nonfiction book challenge for Gobbleathon. However, the biography that I was intending to read for my Read Harder challenge, I'm not going to be able to get read during a readathon, plus it's also pretty dense and I want to be able to devote some time to it. And with this, we only have like a month and a half left of 2016, so I was thinking about reading a shorter biography. So I may go to the library and see what they have and see if there's anything that I'm interested in reading. If not, I'm planning on reading The Journey of Man, A Genetic Odyssey by Spencer Wells. This is a book about evolution, and it's talking about our genetic code and how we can kind of trace a family tree for humanity. It sounded pretty interesting, so I'm kind of a nerd. It seemed like something I would be into. So, and this one is fairly reasonable as well. It is only about, let's see, about 198 pages, so totally doable, and something I think will be really cool. So the next challenge is read a book with a Thanksgiving word in the title. This is actually one of my books that I got in my Bookly box. It's Enter Wild Time by Paul Majors. Now this might be a bit of a stretch. However, I thought that maybe since thyme is spelled like the spice thyme, you would would you use thyme when you're cooking for Thanksgiving? I don't cook really, so I don't know. I don't know. So it might be kind of a stretch, but I'm gonna count it. But yeah, so that one, like I said, I got it in my Bookly box. And this just sounds, I'm just going to read you a little chunk from the back of the book, because this just sounds weird and fun. This is a story about an object, a glass jar with mysterious contents, being the focus of a chase between Iris Wildthyme, Panda, and their new friend Simon, and a bunch of gentlemen pirates of the dog world, who are determined to retrieve the strange jar and its even stranger contents. So, probably going to be a fun read. We'll see. We'll check it out. And this one is How Long Are You? This one is one of the longer ones on my Gobbleathon TBR. This one is 330 pages. The next challenge is read a book that is foreign to you. And for that one, I'm going to read The Kite Runner by Khaled Hosseini. This one also accomplishes my Read Harder challenge of read a book that is set in the Middle East. So I've heard nothing but good things about The Kite Runner. I've heard that it's probably going to be heartbreaking to make me cry. So it's getting easier to make me cry as I get older. I don't know what's happening. I don't know. But normally I don't cry super easily. So we'll see. It could go either way. I don't know, but I'm looking forward to reading it because, like I said, I've really heard nothing but like really great things about it. So we'll see how it goes. So for the last one, the last challenge is read a book about an animal. So I have to be really careful with this one because if anything negative happens to the animal in the book, that will make me cry. That's the one surefire thing to do it. So I had to be careful about my choice there. So I actually chose Animal Farm by George Orwell. I could have sworn that I read this book in high school, but as I was flipping through this copy of it, I didn't remember it. So either I didn't read it, or I read it and completely forgot about it, but either way, it's worth a reread. So I figured this would be the perfect time to do that, because y'all know I love 1984. Also, I did pick this up at the library sale that Sue and I went to, so I'm excited to be reading my way through a lot of those books. So yeah, that is my TBR for Gobbleathon. Like I said, my nonfiction book may change if I find a biography that I feel like is something I'm interested in and something that's reasonable to read in this amount of time, because I am trying to finish up my Read Harder challenge as well, so it seems like it would be a missed opportunity if I didn't just combine these in some way. I feel like it was very serendipitous that this occurred at the time that it did, so thanks, Graham. But yeah, so that's my Gobbleathon. Hopefully I'm not being overly ambitious with it. I don't think so. I feel like the books I chose are pretty not overly substantial, and also I feel like with it being the week of Thanksgiving, I'll have a lot of extra time for reading, so I am greatly looking forward to it, and I am excited. Hopefully a lot of people participate in this, so if you're watching this and you're in the mood for a thon, this is a good thon to do. So it's Gobbleathon. I mean, it has a fun name. It's got some cool categories. So definitely check out Graham's announcement video, which I will link down below. Sue also did a Gobbleathon TBR, which I will also link down below if you want to see what she's reading for this. And I think that's it for me today. So thank you guys for watching. There will be some links down below also where you can find Sue and I elsewhere on social media and the internet if you're so inclined. If you're not already subscribed to the restricted section, you could do that. That'd be fun. But yeah, so thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!